is dead. After the World Wars, Europe lost all of its creativity. All of the creativity they've left is just echoing whatever the Americans do. Okay, so after the World Wars, after the Cold War, America rules the entire world. All of the creative output comes directly from America. But there's one thing that's wrong and caused art to decay is the culture, or I guess the higher culture. It's some new liberal combination between liberalism and Marxism, and they brand any concept that goes against this as pure evil, and they censor it because they can censor it, and they do, just completely antagonistic towards any form of creativity. So things related in any way to fascism, Nazism, Hitler, or masculinity even is, even when it's good or bad, it's censored and deemed demonic, right? And this goes against creativity. Studies that try to study genetics, IQ, are seen as racist or evil, even when they're not. Anything that's masculine is not appreciated, to say the least. This is of course pretty bad and antagonistical towards any form of creativity. So the people in power that are neoliberalists, they try to LARP and push propaganda in the art forms that they control, such as movies, which, well, movies are made by large collaborative projects that are led by rich people. Of course, they're led by rich people. Another thing that's bad is that America has intellectual property rights, which also is terrible for creativity, because it allows it encourages the people that have the rights over intellectual properties, to rehash their ideas when they do good and don't when they do bad, and try to censor people that use good ideas next. So they use what makes money, and they think making money means good art piece, so they make more. So you get sequels and a bunch of garbage that it only exists because it was popular, not because it's good or creative. And of course it censors other people that actually do make good works. And the next part is the internet. Although it's, in one way, the internet helped art being pushed everywhere. Anyone that has some idea of what a computer is and enough money to buy one can access the internet. So they can see art from all over the world, which of course encourages creativity. The internet can be a place with intellectual freedom where people can share their ideas freely, so art could flourish. On the other hand, the structures that allow the internet to exist are owned by rich neoliberalists that want to own people's ideas and spread propaganda. So you, on the internet, you're censored all the time for bullshit. And on top of this, what people see as good art, what people see on the internet, because the internet is the best place to discover art. So when people want to see art, they go to the internet. What is seen as the best art is what you see on the internet, what is popular, basically. Of course, we all know that what popular doesn't mean it's good, but what's popular is what you see. So the things that might be good that aren't popular, you don't ever see. It's impossible to see this shit. And what happened because of this is that the lines between what's art and what's entertainment they have disappeared. What is now the best art is the popular movies, whatever music some popular musician makes, or when it comes to visual art nowadays, I think it's kind of fallen off, because with movies and music, at least you have to listen and spend time to try to understand it. With visual arts such as paintings or posters or whatever, right? You can glance on it for 2 milliseconds and immediately see whether it's an ad, propaganda, or AI garbage, or just straight garbage, and just dismiss it and scroll. Which doesn't happen with music and theater. Also, poetry. I've read poetry in the past. I liked it. I thought it was beautiful and intriguing. I never really read it too much, but I'm convinced postmodernist poetry doesn't even exist. I've never heard of this. Try to convince me this exists. If it does, I would guess it would be some neoliberalist LARPing about their ideology and calling people evil, or perhaps an arrogant thug bragging about being addicted to heroin, drugs, gambling, or being a complete sexual degenerate, and then thinking that's cool. That's what I would guess. So, yeah. Movies are sequel garbage, and they push ideology nowadays. Music at least allows individual creators to have some control because they can make it individually. But what's popular gets popular isn't exactly what's good. What I was on about. Yes. The lines between art and entertainment. In the past, art was made for artists, by artists, for the people, so the people that enjoy and appreciate art can preserve it in their families for decades and millennia even, right? Now, this is impossible. When art is preserved on the internet, what people see is what's popular, and the entertainment that should be forgotten immediately, or was forgotten immediately in the past, has now been deemed the norm for artists when it shouldn't be. Creativity is discouraged, and the blending, yes. What the fuck was I gonna say? Man, fuck! Ah!